Normally one is development team. Development team means the people who is developing the product, right? Like you and me, all those. Second team is testing team. You know what testing team? It is called testing or QA team. These guys are supposed to test your functionality. Whatever you have developed, it is as per the user expectation or not. So they test it thoroughly, right? So development team is different, development environment is different, testing team is different, testing environment is different, right? Once testing is done, in last production comes. Production, live environment, the final bundle, a final code which you are going to deploy it, right? So that end user can use it. I hope you understand.
Yes,
Techie
Rajan.
or one or two people, please answer it. Okay, talk to me, ask
Right.
questions here and there so that we can make this session interactive, not boring. Otherwise, you will feel sleepy.
Sure.
Fine.
Rajan, is this
So,
like a QA? Is like just checking or like and making test case like that?
yeah. Let me tell you. Actually, there are two things, right? One is unit testing. Unit testing test cases. It is for developer, but there is a QA also. QA also write their test cases in the Excel sheet. You know what? Excel sheet. Suppose, hey, why? You tell me. Suppose I need to check some functionality. Like I need to check Google login. Hmm? You know what I'm saying? Suppose I need to check Google login. You got a point? So you have to make some test cases or not. First, if you don't enter anything and you click on it, what happened? So this is the first use case, right? Mhm. Second, you are typing only digit and click on that. What happened, right? When you're typing alphanumeric, then what happens? You got a point. These are the different use case, and this use case is written by whom? Developer or tester? Answer my question.
Tester, right?
Tester. So there are two kind of use case. Please do not confuse with that. One is written by the tester. Second is written by the developer.
Level.
So developer is concerned with coding, right? Coding. And tester is concerned with the, you know, black box testing. Black box
Right.
testing means he is related with only functionality. You
Right.
see, if I am tester, I will test this functionality. I don't know. It is developed in .NET, Python, Java. I don't care about it. That's not my job, right? I will never say, hey, your code is not good. I cannot talk like this. You will kill me, okay? No, I can only talk about the functionality, right? Coding, and that is not my job, right?
Right.
So now question is why we should write the test cases. What is the benefit of it, right? And writing test case is not easy. It's time consuming task. But why people do? So there are certain benefit of it, right? So first benefit is it is a regression testing framework. My God, this is the main thing. Regression testing means if you do some code change, right? And you want to know the impact of it. It's a big thing or not? Why? Because in company, when you work as a developer, you have to either do bug fixing or you have to just develop some new functionality. Tell me, either you are doing bug fixing or you are developing a new functionality. You have to do code change or not.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you have very big project and you are doing some code change, so you tell me if you do the code change, do you think you can give the guarantee whatever code change you have done, it is not going to impact other people code? No, you do not have any other way to validate it. Got it? Only you can say I'm saying it is correct. That's why it's correct. Do you think this is correct? No. If you want to convince to somebody, you need some tool or not, or you can convince it just by talking. You would say, no, my name is Teki and I'm saying it's correct. It means it's correct. No, people will not, trust on you. Yes, you know. So in the industry, if you want
Yes.
to show something, right, my code is robust, its performance is good. Of course, you have to make some metrics, right? Some tool and you guys are not replying. You got it? Regression testing framework means
Yes.
if you do some code change, it will tell you the impact of it. It's a big thing. I'm your manager and everything is development and everything is done. Assume development, everything is done. Now, question is in last moment, I'm saying, hey, I forget to tell you this requirement. Do you think can we do this code change? Then what you will say? Just give me 20 minutes, okay? Yeah, 10 minutes. So you will go and do some code change. After that, you can run your test cases, JUnit test cases. After doing code change, if your JUnit test cases is passed, then what you say?
I've made change.
Okay. Yeah. So first benefit is recent testing. This is the main thing I'm telling you. Somebody asked this question, you would say this, JUnit is one of the regression testing framework. If you do some code change, you will come to know impact of it. Make sense?
Right.
Another thing is related to first point. It makes your code robust. Robust means it's not like you are doing some code change and your code is started to cry. Mm. That is the meaning of it. Third point, it provides good documentation. What is the meaning of it? In your project, if you want to understand anything, right? So from where you should start to look? JUnit. If you look the JUnit, you can understand your code well, right? You can understand the existing logic. That's why it's called, it provides good documentation. You can also detect dead code. Interesting. I haven't read it from anywhere from the internet. I don't know. How I came to know, actually, when you write the test cases, you have to ensure whatever code is there, it is going to be covered. Are you following me? Suppose
Yes.
you have 100 lines of code and you have to write test case for it. So you have to ensure whatever test case you are writing, it is going to cover all the 100 lines, right? Suppose in that some of the lines are not covered. It means that line is not going to be executed at all. What I said, among the 100 lines, you are not able to cover 10 lines, 5 line or 10 line. It means meaning is that code is not going to be used at all. So that code is unused and dead code or not.
Yes. Yes. That's good.
So if you are trying to write test cases and you are not able to cover any one of the scenario, and because of it your code is not going to be executed at all, that code seems to be unused code or dead code. Fifth point, it also play an important role with Jenkins. Jenkins is my agenda. We will teach you one of the DevOps tools that is called Jenkins. And Jenkins stand for CI/CD tool, continuous integration and continuous deployment tool. So when you Jenkins is used a lot in the industry, my dear. When you go to the company, you have to use Jenkins a lot. In Jenkins, you can create a job, and that job can execute your project. That job can deploy your project. That job can delete a lot of data, and that job can fire some scheduler time to time or to clean up the data. That you can use to run your test cases, right? There is so many use case of the Jenkins. So Jenkins is used a lot in the industry. About Jenkins, I can define in one line. Jenkins is continuous integration and continuous deployment tool, which always ensure your code is always in compilable and building state. People reply. You got this much? Fifth point is not clear to you. It's okay. For fifth point, you will have dedicated session. And when you want to run JUnit, its beauty is you can run as a standalone, right? No need to start the server, no need to make your database up and running, right? And JUnit we always write for business layer.
Business.
You know, who will tell me what is business layer? Techie, this question goes to you. You guys already have done project and everything. So please tell me what do you mean by business layer? Yeah, business logic.
It's your project.
Actually, I hope you have done the same project. Whatever project I'm doing with these people, you may be doing the same project with Aarti, right? That was banking project. Clear? So
Yes.
in banking project, if you remember, there was the four project, right? One was banking web, banking DAO, remember?
Banking service and
Banking service and banking API.
banking. Yeah. API.
So these were the project over there, right? So business logic means where you are writing the logic, right? So in this, if you talk about DAO, in DAO we don't have business logic much techy. Why? Because in DAO we create a repository based on Spring Data JPA, and in repository we are not going to write any business logic. We just use existing functionality which is defined over here. If it does not fill our requirement, then you go to declare your own method by following some rule. Techy. If you want to perform CRUD operation on this entity, already all the CRUD operations are defined in JPA repository. If some operations are not defined, you can declare over here. Make sense?
Right.
So in DAO, we don't have much logic, man. So nobody is going to write test cases for it. We will write test cases for which layer? service layer,
Service.
for web layer and API. Why? Because all these three contains business logic. Can we write for presentation layer, Teki? What we are using, JSP or time leaf? Of course, you may be using time leaf.
Timely.
So we cannot write test case for time leaf. Remember it, because time leaf is a part of the presentation layer, right?
Yes.
Java does not allow to write test cases for JSP and time leaf. You cannot do it. Have you heard about Angular and React single page application front end framework?
Yes, we heard about it.
Yeah, one of the beauty of these frameworks, you can design the front end in Angular and React, but beauty is you can write your test cases. Oh my God, can we write test cases for front end also if it is designed in Angular and React? So
Are you
normally
going to,
there are,
hey Nagendra, are you going to teach that Angular and React to
yeah,
us?
yeah, Angular is in the agenda. We can cover either React or Angular. You cannot learn both, right?
Okay, Angular.
So yeah, Angular we can do.
I was gonna ask, are we doing? We're only doing Angular and not React?
No, no, I'm saying you cannot learn both because we have limited time, right? So we can cover
Oh,
only
okay.
one thing, either React or Angular. So if you understand one framework, you can understand other framework also because both are similar, right? For CRUD is okay, but if you want to really learn, you have to spend a good amount of time on it. Cool? Okay. So do you understand that why we write the test cases? See, if somebody asks this question to you, do you know JUnit? And you say, I don't know JUnit. It means you are not a software developer. You don't know anything. Why? This is a very important aspect. This is one of the important thing which is used in each and every project. So how is possible you don't know? Got it? So who will tell me the benefit of it? JUnit is really important. I'm telling you, this is very, very important when you work in the company. Sometime you know what they do? They may have old code, right? And they can directly give you the test cases from the first day itself. Take you what I said?
You do JUnit for all
The
code.
first day, yeah, you can join the company and they can give you the test cases. Hey, these are the code which is there already. Go and write the test cases for it. Got it?
Yep.
So test case is written by the developer or tester. Your answer should be you are talking about JUnit and all. So of course it is developer, but some not test case, use case are also written by the tester. But that is different thing. Done. So who will you understand the benefit of it, right? So main benefit of test cases, it if you do some code change, it will give you the impact of it in couple of seconds. And JUnit you can run as a standalone. I can write JUnit for the controller. I can write JUnit for service layer REST API. So JUnit always run as a standalone. If you run the test case for controller, it should not have dependency on service layer. If you're writing a test case for service layer, it should not have dependency on DAO layer. So when you write your test cases, you always mock external dependency. Nice. So when you run your JUnit, it does not have dependency on external services. If you have some external services, like service has dependency on DAO in real life. Yes or no? Controller has dependency on service, and service has dependency on DAO. REST API has dependency on service. Yes or no? So controller and REST API both has dependency on not replying.
Service.
So service layer. So when you write the test JUnit for REST API and controller, you have to mock service layer. I'll tell you the meaning of the mock and all. Okay. So see, JUnit, I will not teach you like A for apple. That will not help you. JUnit, we have to learn the way people works in the company. So JUnit, I'm going to show you for the project which we have. Clear? But before that, I will teach you the very fundamental, right? And JUnit comes into two flavor, JUnit 4, JUnit 5. So I'll give the idea about both. Clear? So first of all, I will teach you JUnit 4 and then a 5. 4 and 5 more or less similar, but 5 is has more feature because it is based on Java 8. People allow me, I can you see if you see any project, right? And this every project has some folder structure. Take key, src main Java, src main resources, src test Java. You need to understand, right? Why we different folder we have. Can you see this? SRC stage Java. In this, I'm creating another source folder. What? I'm making another source folder. No. Other. I'm just creating a source folder. Are you with me?
Yes.
SRC slash main slash resources. Ooh. SRC slash test resources. Main resources there already. So you need to understand why we have these folder structures. Can you see this?
Yes.
I'm going to explain you the folder structures. Please. Here I'm telling you, you can only get the benefit of my session when you ask the question. Simple. And I would say, whatever question is coming in your mind, please ask. Don't Google it. So first in SRC main Java, as per the Maven recommendation, we should keep only Java files. That's correct. And SRC main resources, what you can keep? Property file, XML file, config file, YAML file, XSD file, right? All the files, right? All the config file. Make sense?
Yes.
And SRC stage Java, we will write our test cases. Whatever Java file business logic you have in SRC main Java, corresponding test cases you can write over here. Test cases. And SRC test resources, you can keep the same thing. All the config file which is involved in all config files involved in are used in
SRC.
JUnit. JUnit. Whatever file, whatever configuration file you need. Your question may be for JUnit, why we have two different, special folder. People reply, why we need this special folder? Any guess? Because whatever you write in SRC test Java, SRC test resources, when you make a bundle of it, that file those files will be skipped. What is it? When we make jar and war of the project. Any guess? When you make jar and war of the project, then what happened? Whatever file like JUnit classes we have in SRC test Java, SRC test resources, those will be skipped. Why? All the files. Takey, did you got a point? All the files present side paste folder will be skipped. Takey, this question goes to you. Do you understand what the meaning of it? All the files present inside test folder will be skipped. Why? Because JUnit is only for the development. Once you make a jar and war of it, you are going to deploy it. So once you make a bundle of it, JUnit does not makes any sense. Okay. JUnit makes sense until your code is not compiled. So your code is not bundled, right? Once your code is bundled in a jar and war, do you need after that you need test cases?
No, we don't need it.
No.
You don't need it. Somebody is saying I am running test cases in the production, people will kill you. They will think, hey, what he's talking about? Rubbish, he does not do anything. Clear? So JUnit is only important as long as your code is not bundled. Are you following me? Once you make a jar and war of it, then yeah, jar and war. Eh, if somebody asks this question in the interview, how you deploy your project? Takey. You cannot say right click on the Eclipse, right click on the folder, run as. Mhm. Please don't talk like this. This is the way how you do in the development. You cannot talk in the production live environment, right?
Hmm.
People, if somebody would talk like this, what was the deployment process in your company? I will teach you separately, not right now. Clear? So you cannot say right click on the project, right? The file which contains main method and run it. Run as a Java application. That is correct? No.
No.
If somebody would talk like this, right? I will tell you, you should always talk about Jenkins. I'm deploying my project through Jenkins job. Which job? Jenkins job. You got it? So I will tell you the proper process how you can say your project is going to be deployed.
So what's Jenkins job?
Yeah, that is the agenda. I told you this is one of the DevOps tool which will teach you separately. So
Sounds
see, this session is I will teach you how to survive in the job, right? When you go to the company, what would be your daily activity, what different tools how you should talk with people. All this thing is in agenda. We'll cover it. Hello. You will have
Yes.
the session with different trainers. Okay, they will share and our trainer who is going to train you for advanced topic. All are the working professional, 10 to 15 years of typical software development experience, right? They will talk to you. But question is, if you are not going to ask any questions, there would be no use of that session. Make sense?
Yes.
So
makes
whatever
sense.
question is coming in your mind, you just ask questions so that trainer becomes uncomfortable. You should make them uncomfortable, right? By asking questions. Tell me this, tell me that. Okay, that is the purpose. Clear? Okay. So let's come to the JUnit. So you understand why this test cases, which is present in SRC test Java and SRC test resources, should not be get bundled in the jar and war? Because once you make a jar and war of it, it doesn't make sense. You want to test your code before bundling it or after bundling it? Any guess? When you want
Before
to test your
bundle.
code?
Before
Before.
bundle.
Before bundling it, right? Once it is bundled, there is no there is no question of testing it. Got it?
Yes.
So you understand JUnit. Now, question is how to write test cases for existing class. So before talking on JUnit, I would like to tell you different terminology used in JUnit. Please listen to me. I'm going to use some terminology, right? First thing is text fixtures. Text fixtures is the testing data. When you write the JUnit, you have to use some dummy data, 1, 2, 3, 4, James, John, right? Etc. So the data which we use in JUnit, dummy data which is used to execute your test cases is called text
Test
fixtures.
feature.
It is clear to everybody? Really? Value 1, 2, 3, whatever value data you use in your test cases, that is called text
Test
fixtures.
features.
Unit test. When I'm saying unit test means I'm talking about testing a single class. Unit test means you can, hey, I'm writing, I'm testing, I'm running my unit test case. It means you are testing a single class. Test cases, my God. For every business logic, for every method, you will have different scenario. And one scenario is called one test case. So my question to you is, for one method, how many test cases you can write? One or more. You don't know. What I said?
One or more.
For one method, you can write how many test cases? One or more. In test cases, what we do? We check method output against given input. What? In method, we check its output against given input so that all its code should be covered. Hmm? Yeah. Test suite. When you have multiple unit test cases and you want to run all together, you can make test suite. Got it? Grouping more than one test cases together is called test suite. See, we have a test case, a unit test case, A test dot class, B test dot class, C test dot class, and you can run it in one by one, or you can run all together also. Hello, you
What
see
the
here
test
we have,
cases which you're
pardon?
talking about the test cases? Test suites?
Yeah. See, unit test contains test cases, and in test suite we combine many test cases all together. Suppose you have 10 files, right? A.java, B.java, C.java, up to 10.java, whatever. So test suite means you want to combine all together so that you can run in one shot. You don't want to run one by one. Clear?
Yes.
Integration test case, that is also important. In integration test case, we do not test a particular layer, right? Particular module. We test everything all together. I'll show you also integration test case. Clear? Unit test case means you are testing a particular layer, but integration test case means you are taking hitting all the layer, right? When you make a call to the controller, it will make a call to DAO layer, service layer. Service layer will make call to DAO layer. Make sense? You people are not replying. What is a JUnit runner? It is a software which will run your test cases and eventually it will show you the summary of it. Hmm?
Nagendra, quick question. What is the difference between integration test and continuous integration?
Continuous integration tool. See,
Okay.
continuous integration means whenever you are doing code change, right? That tool will take the latest code from there and it will compile and make a build and deploy it. That is the meaning of continuous integration. Are you following
Okay.
me?
So it's
Continuous
just
integration means anytime both are the different thing. Integration test case and continuous integration. Both are different thing.
okay.
Continuous
So
integration means
one is continuous integration is basically a tool that runs the
yeah,
test, and
yeah,
integration test
yeah.
is monitoring.
Continuous integration means whenever time to time it will go and check out the code, right? It will check out the code, compile it, right? Then it
Mhm.
will make a build and deploy it. That is called continuous integration tool. That is Jenkins.
Okay.
Integration test case means you are running integration test case on your code to ensure everything is running end to end.
Okay.
And unit testing, it is just
Nagendran.
running on the particular layer on
So
particular
when you
class.
write the integration test, so you can write with the all the service, web REST, all or how they integrated.
No, no.
In
In the
fact,
integration test case, you will make a call from the client to server. You know Postman.
yeah,
In Postman,
Yes.
with Postman also you can write the integration test case because in the integration test case, you are supposed to hit your all the endpoint, right? Suppose you
mm.
have thousands of endpoints, right? How you can tell your all the endpoints are working perfectly fine? You can run your integration test case.
But here we write the JUnit test case also or not?
No, no, no. JUnit test case, that's good question. JUnit test case is going to just test your piece of the code, particular layer, controller, service layer, not all
Uh,
together.
so these are
Because when
this
you
is different.
yeah,
Okay.
when you run the integration test, it takes a lot of time. But JUnit beauty is it can run in very small time.
So
So normally in the company, the unit testing is important. You always write the unit test case, but sometimes you write integration test case also.
as a developer also will also do the integration tests.
Of course,
So that
it's your job. It's your job.
okay.
Right? Right now, I am working on
What about
API monitoring.
regression tests for the developer?
Whatever you test case you are writing, right? Test cases. These are called regression testing
Unit
because
tests
it is
are
going
part
to.
of regression testing?
Of course, it is.
Okay.
That is
Good questions. Good questions are coming. Okay. Right now, I am working on API monitoring tool. Okay, I can tell you the tool name that is called Blaze Meter. What is the benefit of it? In production, hello, some API goes down because what this Blaze Meter does, time to time, it is hitting all the API automatically. If anything is breaking, you will come to know. Clear? Before any customer reports to you, hey, there is some problem in your API, right? Before that, this Blaze Meter will tell you, right? So Blaze Meter is one of the API testing tool. This is paid. You got a point? But it is not going to do anything with the code, right? It is just monitoring your API. Make sense? Hello?
Yes.
like a
Integration test
postman,
case.
right?
Yeah, integration. Yeah, in Postman, right? In Postman, you don't have emailing thing, reminder, right? In this Blaze Meter, we have everything.
No.
You got a point?
Yes.
Yeah. Postman is also one of the good tool, I would say, for testing your REST API. That's great.
So, but
Anybody
the
have any?
but my question is, integration test is only when we do this any changes in the code, right? Or we are trying to merge any two code and
No. Here integration test case and all, right? You always run when you make a bundle of it, right? So it is ensuring your code is fine, right? Not a problem. If somebody has done some changes, no impact at all.
yes,
So this is just a double check your code, right? Your unit test, integration test case. But in unit testing, you are testing a portion of the code. But integration testing, you are making a whole call, right?
yes,
From
integration.
from
But
yeah.
yeah,
Tell me, tell me.
so the unit testing when we once we write the code at that time that we do the unit testing because we have to make sure that our whatever the
Yeah,
code
yeah,
we have
yeah.
written is that is
Yeah, yeah. Yep, yep. Like ideally, you should run your unit testing most frequently, but integration test you can, run in the last. Because what happened in the company, Arun,
Yes.
when we are doing code change, we are pushing our changes, right? In
Yes.
the development environment. When we are pushing the changes, then Jenkins job is there, right? That job, runs our all the JUnit and integration testing. Then we'll come to know, oh my God, it's failing, right? Red, red, red. It shows in GitHub. Are you following
Okay.
me?
Yes.
In GitHub, there is a feature in GitHub that is called Git Action. There you can, normally this is done by the DevOps people. What? When you push your code, right? On push
Yes.
your code, there would be some, Git action, GitHub action feature, or you can use Jenkins also, which can run your unit test cases, and integration test cases, everything, right? And it can tell you, hey, you have done this code change, and because of it, this is failing. Go and fix your test cases. Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll talk more about it. So next thing is I'm going to tell you how to write the test cases. Clear? So
Yeah.
test case we will write for the actual code, but I'm not going to write for actual code today. I'm going to write it for some simple code. Let me check it. Takey, are you with me?
Mm.
Yes.
So let me show you. Can you see this? This is a class. I'm
Yes.
just going to show you the test case for small code first. You see, uh, there is a class, and in this we have a method. This method is called isPalindrome name. Anybody knows palindrome? Palindrome is a string which, if you read it from forward direction and backward direction, both will be same. For example, madam. Take care with me. Madam is a palindrome,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
similarly there would be a lot of things. So logic. I'm just moving forward from beginning, right, up to length by 2, and I'm also moving it from backward direction. I'm just checking, right? If all the characters are matched, I'm saying status true. If any of the character is not matched from forward direction to backward direction, means that is not
True.
palindrome. So logic is clear to everybody what palindrome is. See,
Yes.
I have a very suggestion for you guys, right? You guys should have good practice of small programs, because and you should always do as a part of your learning. I'm telling you, so that you should be very good in data structures, right? I don't know. Have you heard about data structure? Otherwise, I can plan the session for data structure. I have very good trainer for that. Little bit, but it's okay, guys. First of all, you get a job. If you have any trouble, you can reach to me. At least you can talk to me, okay? Before crying.
Sure.
What about me, Nagendra?
Hey
What about
Nagendra,
you? Yeah.
can you also it's like this for loop? I have never worked on like this and for loop like two variable inside of this one.
Okay, okay. So, what's your name?
Nilkanta?
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Nilkanta. Okay. No, for you people, you just keep me reminding. Let's Prabhat come, okay? He's very good teacher for data structures. I don't know you know or not. Hello? I don't know you know it or not.
Uh,
I'll ask him
now,
to teach you all those things, because if I teach you, I'm not saying I'm bad teacher. I'm not bad teacher. I know data structure algorithm very well, but if I teach you this right now, I will lose my focus. Clear? You should utilize me for the advanced things, okay?
okay.
But Ilakanda, don't forget to remind me. We'll make the session, because everyone will get the benefit of it.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So let me talk to some other people. Takey, are you with me? I want to talk to you.
Yes.
So Takey, you understand this program?
Yes.
So in this tube loop, we have two initialization section. One is starting with 0, and second one is starting with length minus 1 of the string. So I'm not going to explain you. Okay, my job is done. Now I have to write test cases for it. You got it?
Yeah.
What? Test case for it. You see my technique of writing it. I need your help. If you want to write test case for it, right click on that. Or you can do without right clicking. It is up to you. Okay. Right click on that, new. Then you have to go to the other. Let's make a new class for it. Hey, stop it. Boring. Please help me. Yes, helping you. What we need to do?
Right click.
I'm going to make a, I don't have time. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to write the logic of it. I have factorial also. Give me a second, sir. Confused. Okay, factorial is there. I would like to show you the JUnit for it, right? Ready? Yes,
Yes.
ready. If you want to write JUnit for it, you see my approach. You know factorial? If factorial of a number is, if you five is there, you can multiply 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is called factorial of that number. Basically,
Right.
I was trying to write for factorial or palindrome. I'm just thinking because factorial we don't have, right? That's why I'm trying to do it. That's okay. So here, right click on that, take key, go to the other, and here you can write JUnit. Take key. So you have to write JUnit test case. Click on that. If you click on that, it's saying JUnit 4, that's fine. You select it. But you see, you have to change the source folder. Take it. This file should go inside src test java. Make sense? You can change it.
Yes.
Take it. Change it. And if you go to the src test java, do already we have, right? No problem. See, it's saying because don't change the package name. So take key, it will come in the same package. This is right. Say yes. Take a file
Yes.
using in the same package, whatever package you have in src test java, same package in src test java, your file is created. Your file name is suffixed with the test, but it is not mandatory. You can write anything. Take it.
Okay.
So this is my JUnit class. What? This is my JUnit class. Okay.
That file is
Okay.
already there, right?
Yeah. Already I have. If you want, I can delete it. Not a problem. Fine.
No, it's
Delete
okay.
it. So like here, this is my first test case. How we write the test case? I'm writing it. You have to write public. Return type will be always white for test case, and it is normally start with test. Hello, test magic. Got it? Yeah. This is the format of the test case, and every test case should be notated with which notation? Test.
Yes.
So your test case will return some value. No, no, no. In test case is always public and does not return any value, and normally start with test. It's not mandatory, but it is just recommendation. Got it? So in see when in test case what you validate Teki, you always validate a method input and output. Clear? So you see in this you can give the input to the method. How you can give the input to the method? Through the constructor only. Think and tell me. This object, if you want to perform some factorial on it, you have to give input to it. How? Using parameterized constructor. Make sense? So here I am just making an object of factorial and I'm passing the what input I'm passing 3. Then on this factorial you can call compute method. Then this compute method what it will do? Number is not less than 0, right? So it will compute the factorial of a given number. Take it, make sense?
Yes.
So factorial of 3 will come
Yes.
6. So assert equal is the assertion library, right? Static import. If you import statically method, a static method, then no need to write the class name. Take key. Otherwise, what you have to write? Class name. Say yes, you got it. What is the What is the benefit of not replying? What is the benefit of using static import? No need to use class name. You know static import, and this feature was added in Java 5. Take key.
Yes.
Static
It
import, you
refers
know,
to the
or you are
class only.
listening it first time. So if you import your class statically, what is the benefit of it? You can directly call the static method present inside assert class. So in assert, this is the assertion library. What we are doing in this? We are saying assert equals whatever result is coming, it must be 6. If it is not coming 6, your test case will fail.
Mm.
And I'm telling you another beauty of test case. Test case have certain features. All the test case should run independent. This test case does not have any relation with the second test case. And every test case should run independently. When you write the test case name, it should be meaningful. Can you see this? What I'm testing? I'm testing test compute when number is 3. Test
So
compute when
each
number is
test,
1.
just a quick question. Each test case is just one method.
Yeah, test case means one method. That's correct. In one
Yeah.
test case, what I said in the definition. In test case, we validate a method output against given input. So in one test case, how many response you should validate? Only one,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Sometimes people validate you should not have multiple assertion. In one test case, you should assert the output only once, right? It's not like you are computing for 3, computing for 2 also. Because each test case independently fails. If it fails, it does not impact other one. All runs independently, I told you, right?
Makes
So
sense. Yeah.
one test would not impact anything to other test case. So for any question query, if anybody has, see, I'm
Again,
telling
the
you.
asset equals result you should already know and you have to write down
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Of course, man. Yeah, yeah. Because when you are writing test cases, you know the input and output of it.
Okay.
In test case, what you do? You validate method output given on given, yeah, method response on given input. But its goal is, what is the goal of JUnit? Goal is regression testing framework, right? Whatever I talked about. If you do some code change, it will tell the impact of it, right? If there is some date code, right, JUnit can tell you. JUnit also provides you good documentation. It makes your code robust. It also play one of the very important role when you use with Jenkins, right? You know it. And JUnit you can run very fast as a in standalone. And normally when you write test cases,
So
JUnit
once you
test.
run it, so how it's gonna say like it is a
I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show
good.
you. I'll show you.
Okay.
Here I'm just testing for input 3. Here I'm testing output for input 1. Here I'm testing output for input 7. Can you see this? 7 factorial of 7 is 5040. And here I'm testing for the number 0. You know, factorial of 0 is 1.
Mhm.
And here you see, when I'm passing negative value, can you see the logic? If you pass the negative value, what happened? It will throw which exception? Reply.
Okay, negative.
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic exception. So
Arithmetic.
how here I'm just testing it. Can you see this? When you call it, it must throw arithmetic exception. If you are passing negative value, arithmetic exception is not coming, your test case will fail. And if you're writing some test cases, then it is not complete, right? So you can use a notation here, artignore. Artignore means it is in reply. Artignore means it is in development. So you got all the notations, art test, artignore,
Mhm.
Right.
expected, and there is more notation before, after, right? Let me tell you that also. Hello. Sometime you have to perform some operation before every test cases. You can use before. Before means, hello. This
Before
method
test.
must
Yes,
be executed before all the test cases. Suppose you
before
have 10
process
test cases. So how many times it will get called? 10
10
times.
times.
Similarly, sometime this is normally used for data initialization. Will come across, okay? Nothing is theoretical. Similarly, we have after, sorry. Similarly, we
In the
have
real scenario, so for particular method, so how many test cases we have, right? As you said, like for factorial, you have shown
it depend on
five.
the size of the method, size of the method definition.
I guess
Hello,
it's
size of the method definition. Normally 3, 4, 5 are enough,
okay.
but it depends on size of the code. Okay, if you have 200 lines of code, right?
Mhm.
I am telling you, there is a Java recommendation. Your method should not be very big. If somebody is writing 200 lines of code, means you are not following the Java recommendation coding guidelines. Your method should be always smaller. 25, 30, 35 lines of code is more than enough. You should not write more than that. If your code is increasing, size of the method is increasing more than 25 lines, 30, 35 lines, then you should broke into a smaller method. Mhm. Anybody have any question query? This is my test cases. And if you want to run it, what you need to do? Right click on that, run as JUnit. Hello. When you run it, it will show you the summary of it. Can you see this here?
Yes.
Just a second. Why is not running? I'm going to run it again. JUnit. Hello? Is run. You see? Actually, there's some problem with my tool. Why is not showing it? Actually, there's something wrong with my. So that's fine. No problem. Hello, everybody. See how many test cases there? Six. 6 of 6 total. One is skid and 5 ran. So here is showing how many test case fails, right? Expected, actual, and error. If any exception come in the error, and if any mismatch input and expected, actual and expected mismatch, then it will come under the failure. Anybody have any
One
question
skipped
query?
means the one which is ignored is skipped one.
Yeah, skipped. One is skipped, means ignored. Total we have 6. Out of 6, one is skipped. And let me show you. If someone is failing, hey, factorial of 0. Suppose you make 3, then it will fail or not? Hmm. Can you see this?
Yes.
People, here it's showing, right? For you, it will show you green, green, green like this. For I don't know for me why I'm showing like this. Hello. If you want to see this test cases is going to cover how many code of it. You want to know? People reply. In my Eclipse, I have code coverage tool that is called EMA plugin. So you can here you have option cover as JUnit. What is the benefit of it? It will show you how many lines of your code is going to cover. Can you see this? Green, green, green. And you can open your code. This one. So it is going to cover all my all the code or not? Of course, yeah. Constructor is called and this method is called and all the use cases are covered. Any guess? Anybody have any question query?
No.
Nobody replying. You got this much?
This is
Yes.
how we know the code coverage, or this is the way to check the code coverage.
Yeah. This is way to code coverage because your manager will say your code coverage should be 95%.
So
Right?
which tool you said? Which tool was that?
That is called, you can install the plugin that is called EMA ECL plugin. Let me show you. There is a lot of plugins who does the same job. Code coverage tool for Java. If you go it support I need only 10. There's a lot of tool, okay, not a problem. I don't know all. Coverchera I know. Coverchera I have used. Coco is there. I'm talking about other plugins. So there's a lot of plugins. You should not bother about it, right? You should know only one or two. What? Coverchera is one of them. Coco. I was talking about EMA ECL. Let me type it.
Yeah, the image. Yeah.
Java code coverage tool. This comes as a plugin. People use Sonar also, Sonar Cube. EMA, I'm talking about this one. So how you can install it? You can go to the window, help and marketplace. From here you can install the plugin. And I will show you, you can type EMA here, but for me it is already installed because I have done it. It's coming. Hello everyone, I'm clicking on installed, right? You can type in search bar. You can write EMA, EMMA. You see, ECL EMA Java code coverage. Already it is installed. Understood? If you want to install it in search, you can write ECL EMA. Done. Got it or you got confused?
So for marketplace, we can install, right?
Yeah, you can install it. Not a big deal. You can, So I've done with this much. Anybody have any question, query? People?
Not right now.
Now I'm going to show you the small example for mocking. That's all. In this batch, we have many people. I cannot talk with everyone, right? So if anybody have any question, query, please let me know. Please go and watch this recording 10 times. And if you don't know JUnit, you will not have any benefit of doing training from this Cubic or Rap3, whatever. Right? This training you can take anywhere then. So what people here are coming because of two things, you know it, because of training and job also. That is most important, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, if you have good training, job you can get it, not a big deal. But here both is important, training and job. I'm telling in front of everybody, okay? If anybody have anything, let me know. So, like here, what I'm trying to show you is, I have a class and this class has dependency on other class. You have to tell me yes or no, then we'll talk on that. What I said? You see, we have B service. Hello. This B
Yes.
service has dependency on what? Util. Let me make this code simple, okay? You may be seeing Spring and all. I hate you. Dot get people. Can you help me? Takey. This B service class
Yes.
has dependency on util or not? You have to answer yes or no. Okay.
Yes.
So listen to me. What he said. When you are writing test case for B service, you have to ensure you should not have dependency on util. So when you're writing JUnit for one layer, you have to ensure it does not have dependency on assume. Jane service, when you call this method Jane service, like right now it's not doing anything, right? Suppose here assume, right? It is fetching data from database, right? It is fetching. Take you tell me it is fetching data from database. You understand?
Yes.
So my question is, if you call this actual method, which is fetching all the data from database, so you have dependency on database or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So when you run when you want to write a test case, you want to check the magic method. Magic method always will make a connection to the database. Say yes. Why? Because
Right.
when you go to the utils get string method, it is talking to database. Oh my God, that's problem is. But in JUnit, we are not supposed to talk to any external service. So what you need to do, Takey, you have to mock this method. You say, hey util, Jane string method. When I will pass some input name like Nagendra, in result you can give me Mocha. What? I said, hey util, if I pass you Nagendra, give me Mocha. So you can define the method input and output. So if you define this method input and output, what is the benefit of it? Takey. It will not go and call the actual method. What is it? Because I know if it call actual method, it will make call to database. So how I prevent the database connection call, Takey? By
By
creating a
mocking.
mock object of it, and you will make a mock object of it. Mock means fake, not real.
Yeah.
And then you can, if you make the mock object of it, you can define the method behavior. You can say, hey method, somebody will call you and pass this input, give this output to them, but don't go inside the definition.
Right.
So this is called stubbing. Stubbing means you are defining method input and output. Make sense? So
Right.
if you want to write a test case for B service, so of course you have to make a class, which class name is B service. Where is gone? B service test. So you see, this is my B service test. Like here, I have to make the object of B service. Yes, Reply. Oh, I have to make the object of this service, right? Because if you want to write test case for the particular class, you have to make the object of it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Takey. If you want to test your class, you have to make the object of it. See, so how I'm doing here, we don't need this. Then here I'm using mock annotation, and it is coming from Mockup. Which framework is you which framework gives you the capability of mocking and all? Mockup, Power Mock, Easy Mock, right?
Okay.
Hello, I'm using Mockup. So mock means it is creating real object or fake object?
Right.
Okay.
Fake object. So I make fake object. I know when the inject mock will create an object of this service, and automatically what mock utility will be assigned to it. What I said? When you use inject mock, what it will do, it will make an object of this service, and this service will point to it will create actual object of this service, but automatically this mock will be injected inside it. You got this much? Yeah. So here this B service contains this mock util or actual util? Mock util, right? And this in it here before you want before every test cases, this service object will be created, and it should be initialized with the mock. So here what this is doing? Mock u2 annotation init mock. This means on the current class. It's saying go and make a object of B service, real object, and inject the mock object inside it. So B service object contains mock object inside it or real object? Mock object. Takey. Like here what I'm doing here? Takey. I'm saying that when is the static method offered by Mockup? I'm saying when somebody call mock object, which method? In mock object, which method we have? Get string, Jane string. So when somebody call this object, mock object, this method, for any string, what you have to return? Full. Taking and talking with you. I said if someone is calling, right, and passing any string to this method, what this method is supposed to return?
Full.
Full. So tell me that here I'm calling my actual magic method, actual magic. So I'm passing home, and see what happened. Home will come here, right? But this will return what? Please reply. Like here, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Like here, you are saying, hey magic, I am passing home. And you said any string is passed to you, right? What you have to return here?
Full.
Full. So what will the final result? Full, thank you. So it is going to return what? Full, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
So you understand the mocking of it?
Yes.
When you mock it and you call the actual method for testing purpose, this will not call the actual thing because already you mock it. If somebody pass any string, return me full, right? Yeah, already you have defined it, right? This is called mocking the method. When is present inside Mockup. See, makes sense to you? So please,
Right.
this is little bit confusing, but you just go and have a look on it, right? Similarly here, what he said, can you see this? When I'm passing Nagendra to you, what do you have to return? Aha, right? So you go to the magic. In magic, you are passing Nagendra, right? So here, when this is called for Nagendra, it will return aha. The answer is aha.
Thank you.
Thank you. So please, I have done with mocking and all this thing. I'm going to stop my